ECDL Advanced Access Lesson 18 Calculated Fields within Queries. When a calculation is required in a query based on the contents of one or more of the available fields, a calculated field may be used. This is a field that the user creates to display the results of a calculation defined with an expression. The expression may involve one or more numerical fields and involve any mathematical calculations or logical definitions. It allows, for example, two fields to be multiplied together, or for a price field to be multiplied by a percentage, or a discount applied to all values in a particular field. The name of the new field is entered in the field row of a query grid, followed by a colon, that's one dot on top of the other, as shown. The expression is then entered with field names enclosed in square brackets. It can be used like any other field. It can be used for selection, for sorting, or appearing in forms and reports. The standard mathematical symbols are a plus sign for add, a minus sign for subtract, a forward slash for divide, and a star for multiply. Okay, let's open the pets database. We want this query to be based on pet details, so select pet details and then add selected tables. And we want to add the fields animal, price, and number sold. These now appear in the field grid. In the fourth column, enter the following expression in the field box. That's over here. Total amount, colon, space, open square brackets, price, close square brackets, multiplied by, that on my keyboard is Shift 8, open square brackets, number, space, sold, close brackets. Total amount is the new field name, followed by a colon. Price and number sold are the fields and therefore have square brackets around them. And the star is the mathematical operator. So this is a new calculated field that will multiply the price of each animal by the number of each animal sold. And it's going to call the answer total amount. Make sure the show box is checked for the new field, and then run the query. Again, let's widen this last column. The answer table will contain the total amount for each type of pet that was sold. Now, just to remind you, we mentioned this at the beginning, but once a calculated field has been defined, it can be used in the query like any other field. Now, as I can see here, I have 6 records. When it comes to the total amount, I've got 2 of them that are less than or equal to £10, and I've got the others that are greater than £10. So there's 4 of them that are greater than £10. Okay, that being said, let's return to Design View. And in criteria for the total amount field, enter greater than 10. Now we've just looked at the table, and hopefully we'll realise that now this should select only 4 of the records that were originally selected. Okay, let's run the query. And as we can see, now indeed we have just the 4 for which the total amount was greater than £10. Okay, let's return to Design View. Earlier we mentioned not just mathematical expressions, but also logical expressions. So let's try that out. If we add a new field to the query and add the following expression to the first line: size, colon, space, capital I, capital I, capital F. This is an if function. Open regular brackets, then open square brackets. Total amount, close the square brackets, greater than 50, comma, double quotes big, double quotes, comma, double quotes small, double quotes, and then close the regular brackets. So size is the new field name, followed by a colon. IIF is telling us this is an if expression. So if total amount is greater than 50, return the word big. If it's not greater than 50, return the word small. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's run the query. And now we'll see that any of the records for which the total amount was greater than £50, the size shows as big. If it wasn't greater than £50, it shows the word small. Okay, let's return to Design View. Because the calculated field has not been defined in a table, field properties may not have been specifically set up. So let's do that. If we click in the total amount column, then within the design section look for the show hide group and select property sheet. The property sheet is displayed. Select format, click the drop down and choose fixed. Select caption and enter the text value space open brackets £, close brackets. The caption value is only displayed when the query is run. It's not shown on the query grid. Okay, let's close the property sheet. And now let's run the query to see the changes. We'll see the value is fixed to 2 decimal places, and also the title is value open brackets £, close brackets. Okay, we now want to save the query, so let's save it as total amount. So we can right click on the title, which currently says query 1, save, and then the query name we're going to put in total amount. Then press OK. And now we will see on the left hand side that we have, within the queries section, we have a query which is entitled total amount. Okay, let's close the query and also close the database. Okay, that's it for the moment. That is calculated fields in queries. In the next lesson, we'll be discussing parameter queries. I hope this is making sense, and I look forward to seeing you next time.